Welcome everybody back to another BOLDcast reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And this is Beastars Season 1, Episode 8. What happened last time?
Last time, Legoshi realized he's in love. So it seems. His eyes glowed red and he squeezed some paint. And he seems to be quite jealous of Louis in this situation as he sort of realized and it was confirmed to him what was going on and that he couldn't deny it anymore. He tried talking to Juno, but there just wasn't a connection there for him, at least. Mm-hmm. And he went on to talk about biology, which really kind of killed the mood for her as well.
Pretty much. Alrighty. Getting into this episode, I hope you guys leave a like on the video and subscribe for future stuff. If you want to get ahead, you can get four episodes ahead on Naruto, but a week ahead on all of our reactions that are not posted weekly for the currently airing stuff. Yeah, so check out our Patreon, patreon.com/BOLDcast for early stuff and exclusive stuff, a bunch of cool stuff. But if you're just here for Beastars, we hope you enjoy, and we hope you support the official release because we use some of the footage in this video to provide context for our reaction to our review. But it is not a free alternative to watching on legal platforms, such as Netflix, where we're watching it. Support the official release, and let's get into it. Beastars Season 1, Episode 8. Let's go.
Ooh. Nice.
Completely misunderstanding the entire situation.
Oh no.
Yeah, whatever you say, Legoshi. Jesus.
You sure it's not dangerous out here because of you?
That face. God damn it, Legoshi. Stuck in the fucking subway for the next, like, half hour.
I'm sure they have trains more often than that.
Isn't that like months ago at this point?
Yeah.
Jesus, man. I thought that was the mayor for a second.
初めてできた好きな子の前で初めて狼の自分を肯定できた気がした。どこに向かうのかわからないけど、どう見られるかもわからないけど、道が開けてきた。俺はとにかく進むだけだ。どこ行った。
This seems really familiar. Oh, she's getting. This is where she recognizes it. This is where she recognizes him from the first episode. It's the exact same position.
はるちゃん、今こうしてる時も君は死と隣り合わせだと思うの。初めて近くで聞いて気づいた。肉食獣は喋る時、声と一緒に喉の奥の方でうなり声が響く。そんな低い声をどうしてあなたはそんな表情で発するの。だから言ったでしょ。ずぶといのか繊細なのかどっちかにしなさいよって。そういうこと恐る恐る聞くから怖がられちゃうの。なんかわかるでしょ。そうだね。これ以上隠し通すことが罪だ。あの夜のことを話さなくては。打ち明けるなら今かもしれないぞ。
He's not gonna do it.
Not even close.
私、実は一回肉食動物に食べられそうになったことあるんだ。暗闇で相手のことはよく見えなかったけど、学校でね。
Is she calling him out?
ここよ。初めて会った日、包帯巻いてたでしょ。それはあの傷のことを覚えてないって言ったけど、嘘なの。俺がつけた傷なんだ。言えない。あの時死ななくてよかった。あなたとつるんでる時は死と隣り合わせなんかじゃないよ。これは断言する。おい、笑え笑え。ほらほらほらほらほらほら。今じゃない。この秘密を打ち明けたらきっと俺たちは終わってしまう。それまでは俺自分を戒め続ける。
Probably be better if you just said it now. Please say it now. Ah,
No.
fuck. This is exactly what I didn't want to happen. It's like this thing hanging over their entire relationship. もう少しだけ君と日向を歩いてもいいですか。Why is Bill such a piece of shit constantly? Can you just fucking relax for once, you drug addict piece of shit?
お前の背中と一緒にするな。何のつもりだ。言いたいことがあるならはっきり言えよ。別に今はありません。ねえ、契約すぎるわよ。一体どうしたの。あの2匹仲いいの。悪いの。悪いんだよ。部活内で市場を挟むのはやめろ。でも先輩、広場の恐竜見ましたよ。チームが頑張ってくれるから私たち役者も全力で踊ります。よかったよかった。星しか見てね。イベントだもんね。みんな今日も練習頑張ろう。ジュノが部員をまとめた。役者が2匹ですよ。ルイ先輩、自主練付き合ってもらえないですか。初めて2匹きりになったが、しょうがない。
Interesting.
そこがおかしい。早いですか。というより荒っぽい。君の動きは観客を引きつけるが、周りとの調和も大切だ。手を貸して。まあ、君がただ楽しそうに踊っていれ まで突き詰める必要はないと思うけど。
それどういう意味ですか？
ああ、ごめんよ。差別発言に聞こえたかな。
私気づいてます。ルイ先輩は私をお嫌いなんでしょう。というよりそのものが。
Get off me, you fucking weirdo!
いいえ、とんでもありません。だってもしこの状態で唇を重ねてルイ先輩をどうしようもなく食べたくなっちゃったら困るもん。私が好きなのはあなたじゃない、レゴシ先輩です。これは宣戦布告なんです。次のビースターは私がなります。平和な肉食獣の時代とレゴシ先輩を手に入れるの。
力自慢は十分だ。いや、ビルに食われるよりは君に食われた方が案外気分が楽かもしれないけどね。
私は牙を向けるなんてことは絶対しませんよ。メスは争いが嫌いです。
どうかな。君ほど強欲なメスとなると話は別だろう。
強欲なのはいけないことですか？
そうは言わない。ただ君の強欲さはどうやら膨大な自信から生まれてきている。美貌、地位、男、すべて手に入ると思い込んでいるだろう。1個目はもう君のものだが、2個目は僕が阻止するだろう。3個目、君の大好きなレゴシ君だが。
Is he gonna drop some knowledge about Haru?
君が思ってる以上にあの男には手こずるぞ。
Almost.
どうしてそう思うんですか？私絶対レゴシ先輩を振り抜かせるもん。
Nope.
あいつのことを見てろ。俺の言ってることがわかる。進化上の君にはちょうどいい試練か。
I knew I didn't like her from the start. She's so fucking shitty. Faker. She's literally taking his taking his advice a little bit too literally. Literally just watching him.
それうまくいきました。レゴシ先輩が練習に付き合ってくれたおかげです。
いえいえ、俺は何もしてないよ。
いつも誰にでも見せるような表情ばかり。
じゃあ帰ろう。
もう隕石が出来上がってますね。
本当だ。
Oh.
この隕石に火の灯ったろうそくを置いた男女は結ばれるってレゴシ先輩は信じますか？
No.
どうだろうね。本当だったらすごいね。男女が結ばれるか。
レゴシ先輩、もしよければ当日私と。
What's happening?
まずい。みんな大丈夫？レゴシどこ？ここです。手握りますよ。大丈夫です。夜行性の俺たちが守りますから。エルス、大丈夫か？
Go and get
とり
Haru.
あえず部員全員集めて一塊になりましょう。みんな輪の中に入って。
ありがとう。でも大丈夫。あとちょっとで終わるから気にしないで帰って。
アバー、ごめん、俺ちょっとここ離れるからみんなを頼む。おい、すぐ戻る。こんな時にあいつ。はるちゃん、はるちゃん、はるちゃん。
What if she just got eaten this episode? I kind of want her to.
No!
Ah, there she is. It's mixed with the flowers. Oh yeah, that was the scent of the flowers. I was trying to remember. He smelled that before and it was the same color. What'd you think of that one?
Juno's a little bit crazy.
She's not crazy.
She's a little bit
Ambitious?
Yeah, but in a way that's really off-putting to people who are not like her, I think. Like, just being like, I will get what I want because I want it kind of thing. And like she gets told that Legoshi is not interested in her, and then she immediately is like, no. But I mean, why do you say that? But don't worry, I'll still succeed in getting what I want. Which is, it's kind of a good thing to be confident, but it is a shitty thing to be...
It's a possession.
Yeah, it's not, she's not just in love with him. She's like, he is the best choice for me, and therefore I will get him, and he will be mine.
Yeah.
And that's not...
literally
that's
objectifying.
Not a good thing, yeah.
Yeah. It's not about a relationship. It's not about, being happy. It's just about looking good to other people. It's super shitty, and I hate people like that. It's fucking dumb. And, yeah. So, I knew there was something off about her from the beginning. I don't know if I said it. I don't think I did. But I felt that she was just, like... that whole situation just felt kind of gross from the moment that they, like, first talked. It felt kind of weird. I will say I liked the episode, but I don't like the direction the show's going at this point. The last 2 episodes together, the last episode wasn't that bad. I liked last episode, but that episode with this episode and where I'm seeing the show going is making me feel like this is just more of a classic Netflix teenager rom-com about sex, and like it was kind of always that. But like when I think back to the first 4 episodes that we just watched yesterday, as we're recording this, there was a spark there that I'm not seeing as much of in these last 2 episodes. It seems like it's becoming more basic high school drama romance type shit, and I'm not a big fan of it. I just hope that they recover at some point. This is reminding me a lot of like 13 Reasons Why, in a way. Not quite the exact same, but like Netflix teenage drama, like very sexy, very like blah, like just kind of not it doesn't feel this, it's starting to not feel the same like sort of, it doesn't have like that theatrical flair as much anymore. It doesn't have that, like, I don't know, it isn't, and maybe it's because it's not as much of a mystery because we're 8 episodes in, but it does feel more basic than it did at the beginning with these last 2 episodes. I'm not counting the show out, but I just hope that they save it from just being love triangle and like high school drama.
That squirrel again, he had a nut.
I told you there's a squirrel that lives in the area. I saw a squirrel when we were driving home one day, and I was just like, that's the squirrel. I saw that squirrel.
I don't think
and you're
that
like,
was the same squirrel. I think
I see that squirrel every day. I see that squirrel every fucking day.
I thought the other squirrel that we saw was kind of skinnier.
No, it's the same squirrel.
Okay.
I know. I've seen it more than you. All right, he's my friend. Regardless.
Yeah, I would have to agree. I really don't like the whole, oh, I'm not gonna tell her, and then that's just gonna be like...
It feels artificial.
And it's like on the line because it kind of makes sense for his character to not tell her because he's shy and awkward and he's like really confused in his first like sort of relationship with someone that he likes, and he doesn't want to fuck it up. And he, especially like after she brought it up and she's like, I'm so glad that I wasn't eaten. And I mean, I lied about it, but I do remember it, and it was not a good experience for me.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, oh, well, now I definitely can't tell her because now I know that he has more of a basis for what her reaction would be to that, rather than if he just said it outright. I guess it's just really shitty that this has to be a big secret. I mean, it kind of it's like a horrible thing that he did, but it just sucks that like now that's like part of the dynamic. It just seemed like the obvious choice to make that part of the dynamic, I guess, is what's kind of disappointing.
Well, it was obvious. I don't blame them for doing that. That's not my problem, because they clearly set that up from the beginning. There should be no surprise that they're making that a thing. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I'm not going to fault the show as if they promised that it was that was not going to be a part of it, because they did the opposite. They set that up so that it could be like here, and I've said that since the beginning. I don't like that, but I can overlook it. What I don't like is that they're leaning into that aspect way more of before, like, the whole animal thing had like it was like flair, and but it was interesting, and it was part of the metaphors and the themes that were being discussed. Now it seems like an excuse to, like, it at least in again, just this, not these last 2 episodes, but where I'm seeing the show going based on this episode combined with the last episode. Not either one alone, not the show, just this last little experience. It seems more like the animals are just a skin on a high school love drama with like a love triangle, and they're using eating and devouring as like sexual metaphor. And again, that might just be because the reason I'm finding it less interesting might just be because it's episode 8 and the whole metaphor is becoming more clear. But I just hope that it doesn't become super basic. That's all I'm hoping.
Yeah.
Because it was super interesting with like Louis and fucking Legoshi's, their journeys and how they're going to conflict. If it just becomes they're conflicting over this girl, then I feel like it loses the really cool story that they were telling between like different levels, different privileges, or different levels of ability, different standings, and going against your destiny. There's more interesting shit than just I like her. Although if she is kind of symbolizing that, but I hope that they lean more into what it actually meant in the first place and not this love story. Yeah. That's what I want. I want it to stay in the pocket of this is all for a greater purpose, not for the sake of this love story. That's what I hope going forward. That's not to say I hated the episode. I thought the episode was pretty good. It probably was my least favorite, but also just because I fucking hate Juno. And
one thing I really liked of this episode was I really like one thing I like about Legoshi's character in general is that he's quite self-aware of, like, he thinks about what he's feeling and kind of like tries to work that out a little bit of like what that means. So when he was running and like pulling her along, and he's just like, wow, this is like, I'm feeling proud to be a wolf in this moment because I'm helping both of us, and she's with me. She's not running away from me when she sees me being a wolf, which is what I am. Yeah. So that's an interesting aspect of their relationship, is that she helps him to like understand a bit more about himself in that way, and helps. A lot of his journey seems to be about accepting himself and different parts of himself without like fearing himself. And he notices that most when he's with other people. Different people help him see different parts of himself. In different ways, and it's I don't know. It's just an interesting. Yeah, you're right. An interesting part. It's this the love triangle thing is kind of separate, or maybe even a vessel for him to be finding these revelations about himself and discovering all these things and these feelings. Just the same as Louis was originally helping him to see what he was doing to himself. He saw that, oh, Louis doing that, I'm also doing that as well. Like, oh, is he saying that to them or himself? Am I saying this to him or myself? Like, that relationship between those two really. And then with Bill, it was the same thing of like seeing something in other people that is helping him to be okay with himself. And then Haru is like reinforcing that in him when he's been feeling, okay, maybe it's a kind of more okay to be a wolf, and then he does that in front of her, and then a positive reaction from her reinforces to him that is an okay thing to do. And yeah, that does make sense, but it is
it is also exactly what happened when he like picked up the flower for her and they had that moment. It seemed just like a further extension of that moment. I think the difference here was that he like straight up asked her like, do you feel in danger? Rather than just like before it was just a moment and he was himself and she picked up on that and they had an intimate exchange. Now they have that a similar intimate exchange where he's himself. She recognizes that and she appreciates his like honesty, and but the difference is that he like sort of gives something else of that lets her know that he is afraid of that. And she's like, oh shit, yeah.
She could already tell that he was afraid of that by the way he was not touching her.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, even in this crazy situation, he is doing as much as he can to make me comfortable here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know, it's interesting.
Interesting episode. I just hope that it doesn't follow the path. I hope the good things happen. It's not that I hope bad things don't happen necessarily. It's I want to like it, and I want what I really enjoyed about the first like 4 episodes to keep going as we move towards the finale. 4 episodes away, 4 episodes left in the show until season 2. Yeah, I still like the show. Mm-hmm. Don't mean to say I don't like it. I just want everyone to know that. Yeah, I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Thank you to all of our patrons, especially those in the Student Council.
Zenge,
John Ortega,
Aurora,
Lewis,
Christian Bay,
Kage Uzumaki,
Dreadful XR,
Xiao Lao,
Brian,
Handicap Bonkai,
D23L,
Charles Liu,
Jude Caspino Buford,
Nick Psycho,
Michael Wells,
King Mr. Mew,
Rifleman Z51,
Thelmus Celetius,
Brandon Bruce,
Yankee,
Vanonian,
Yuki Ali,
Mord Tarragon,
Josh Carey Gray,
Jordan Agnew,
Lolly Convict,
Redacted,
Zachary Porth,
Mohammed Burnham Ahmed,
Michael E. Zabel,
Callum Forsyth,
Nicholas Woody,
Soma Yukahara,
Dogs Free,
It's Your Boy Dom,
Christian Nielsen,
Phantom,
Quant Tuggle,
Proyectos Informatica,
Sugar Daddy Alex,
Tara,
Hunter Wayne Germany. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you in the next one.